Hey guys, thanks so much for watching the Anywhere podcast today. My guest is Alex Tucci, aka Slim Tucci. A couple highlights from him. He played defensive lineman at Colorado State University and then at West Texas A&M. He also played 8-man with the CSU Rams Rugby Club while he was in college, and then joined the Utah Warriors professional rugby team in 2018 playing prop. You still playing prop?
Yeah, still prop.
Yeah. All right, perfect. So how you doing today, man?
I'm doing well. You know, a nice off day. So
yeah.
It's just nice to sleep in and just sort of take the day slow.
Yeah. Now, I know you guys, the season starts, was it February or March?
Yeah, March or February 15th, we will be reporting. But right now, we'll be getting some, we have some like conditioning, like preseason, I call it. It's kind of like a phase thing that in my mind, I've been working through. So we had like a little phase, like phase 1 in December, which we had like a 3-week block. And now we have a 4-week block in January, which I call phase 2. And then phase 3 would be reporting for camp.
Okay.
And then, you know, I kind of try and like break the like things up like this into like chapters, phases, I call them.
Now, are you guys doing just like individual practice stuff? Are you as a team with the conditioning?
It's kind of like whoever could show up type of deal. We get good numbers. Majority of the guys that are here in state all come out and we go to where we practice and get some lifts in, and then we get some conditioning in.
Okay. And I know you're a pretty big workout guy yourself. So you in the off season, you still work out, still stay in shape, everything? Yeah.
I mean, especially this past year, because I was coming off of an ACL injury.
Okay.
That I tore last August, not this past August, the year before I tore my ACL, and it was just a journey. So the whole, you know, COVID, like, you know, beginning of the season, you know, I was with the team and everything, just like on the sidelines, just training, doing whatever I can to get it to feel normal. Yeah. And then COVID hit, and I was going to kind of like a therapy, like an orthopedics hospital, who's one of our sponsors, Intermountain, and they have like these treadmills there. So I was working on those the whole COVID and all the way through the summer and everything, and just working at a gym as well. I would like go work out before my shift, and then sort of like, you know, able to stretch and do all my things while I'm still at the gym. So it was pretty nice. But yeah, I mean, I've always been a pretty big workout guy. This year, started taking it a lot. Like, I feel like each year I kind of like gain a little bit more knowledge on fitness and everything, and just really try and find what works out for my body. I mean, as far as even dieting, and I wouldn't even say like not dieting, but just eating better and eating smarter and cleaner and whatnot. But yeah, it's a fun journey.
Was that ACL injury in the same leg as you had the hamstring issues with as well? Or?
Yeah, I think so. Actually, I don't even know.
Okay.
Maybe it might have been the same leg. I'm not really too sure because the hamstring thing wasn't too crazy, honestly.
Okay.
It was like, I just took I was like going through and it was like a walkthrough on like a Thursday, and we played like, you know, or it was like just a run through practice kind of, and I just took an overstep and I just like healed the toe at it. And when I hit down, it just like tweaked my hamstring. And then in the game, it was against New Orleans, I remember. And I just tried to like make a break to like go get the winger. Like we were like cornering him, trying to corner the offense to the sideline. And I just tried to like turn and sprint, and it just even hurt a little bit. So I was like, I'm just gonna, you know, take myself out. I kind of just went to a knee. There'd be no point. We had Mock on the bench, I remember. So I was like, let him get some like runs and like let him get some game time. He's a good player.
Yeah.
And then the week after that, I kind of just took it slow and then just came back. But I mean, I really didn't have too many. I wouldn't say that was like a huge reason, because that was like, it was 2 years apart.
Yeah.
But yeah, I mean, it's just kind of like, I think what really led to me tearing my ACL was that the way I was lifting, like it wasn't it wasn't the best way. I mean, it was good lifting. I was getting strong, but I wasn't doing the like normal footwork stuff. And then when I went to go make a cut, I was playing touch. I just went to go make a cut, and the ground kind of gave out. So it's like, I wasn't protecting my knees the right way. So
yeah,
little stuff like that you learn, like, you know, as you get older, you got to just start like, you know, taking those kind of precautions, like doing good knee health stuff, like workouts.
And you're what, 28 or 29?
29. I just turned 29 in December.
Hey, happy birthday.
Thank you.
Yeah. So now at 29, do you feel physically like having to go the extra mile to kind of keep yourself in shape, or you feel like you're still getting better every day?
No, I mean, as far as like, I think what working, I mean, there's a couple things you do feel at 29 when you definitely when you drink and you go out.
Okay.
And the next day you wake up, you definitely feel it. But as far as working out, like all I really have to do is I feel like just eat remotely clean throughout my week and make sure I meal prep and like get the calories I need to in my body. And I feel like my body performs pretty well. It's just all about, you know, for me right now, just eating good. With good foods, making sure I'm like fueled the right way before workouts, after workouts. And I usually feel pretty good about it. And I mean, doing the like I said, the little things to like help protect my knees, protect my shoulders and stuff like that really helps along the way. Yeah.
Now, obviously you're in great shape. I mean, being a 2-sport athlete in college, did you feel like you were ever burning yourself out doing football and then playing club rugby or?
No, not really, honestly. I mean, when I played, it was kind of like I did 3 years of football at Colorado State, then like a semester of rugby, and then 3 years at West Texas, and then went back to rugby again. But I mean, even in high school, when I was doing football in the spring, in the fall, and then rugby in the winter, it was, I got that all mixed up. Rugby in like the spring. I never felt burnt out from it, honestly, because it was kind of all things that I wanted to do. I didn't have really somebody like on my back, right? You know, to say like, I feel like a lot of kids, like or a lot of people I hear when they go like, oh, my dad, you know, just kind of like pushed me into too much, and that's not really what I wanted to do. Or I've been playing it since I was 5 years old, and now I'm 24, and it's kind of just meh. It's never been like that for me. It's always been like, man, this is really, really fun. And I feel like even with rugby, like I said, I had those breaks from rugby. I always knew I would go back and play it. And I kind of feel like that kind of fueled me. And I didn't start playing contact sports till I was probably my sophomore year in high school. Really? So yeah, I used to play baseball. Okay. Used to be a first baseman, pitcher, outfielder. So as far as like, that's why people are like, oh, how long do you expect to play? And I'm like, I have no idea, honestly. Like I want to play till like I'm in my 35s at least. Yeah. Like, and some people see it as realistic, and then some people are like, oh, well, what about? I'm like, dude, I'm just gonna, like, I don't feel old. Like everyone's like, oh, you're 29, getting up there. It's like, I guess I play video games every night. Right. I have a Saturday for the boys like flag and the full send flag in my room, like neon. Everyone calls these. I just thought these were called LED lights. Every time someone's like, oh, look, the lights from TikTok. I'm like, oh, okay. No. All right, cool. Right. But I mean, you know, I think it's, you know, you get as older you get people like trying to put things in your mind, or just tell you, you know, why are you doing this? Why are you doing that? And they just try and get you out of your groove. And I just, you know, I'm just going to keep playing until I keep playing. I don't feel burnt out at all. Yeah, I love that. One thing I did want to talk about. So I watched another one of your interviews, and you said you kind of knew after college that you probably weren't going to play in the NFL. I know you had the one workout with the Dolphins. Yeah. But in regards to, I know there's like, you know, there's the CFL or like the XFL. Did you ever think about taking a swing at one of those, or did you know it was going to be rugby? I would like in that spring when I was doing like my pro day stuff and getting ready, I went to a couple of CFL tryouts, and it's just so like, there's so many people that go to those, and not even saying that they were better. Like I honestly, when it comes to football, I was very confident in myself. Knowing plays and stuff like that. But when you go to those tryouts, you just don't get that. Like, they don't get that out of you. They want to see like a quick 40 or a quick shuttle. And then you do one-on-ones. And like, I mean, you can win all your one-on-ones. It doesn't mean it. It's not no pads. There's just, you know, you're just going, I thought it was a waste of time, honestly. Okay. Now there's people that go there that, you know, make something, get practice squad signings and whatnot, like, or get signed to the CFL, I should say, and stuff like that. And I just was like, I don't know. It just kind of was like weird environment. I felt like kind of lost. I was like, this doesn't sound cool. And then the XFL, like, I was just like, I mean, how long is this going to last? And it's just like, honestly, once you if you don't make the NFL, it kind of just becomes, I mean, I'm not trying to be disrespectful to like anybody in the football world or community or anything. It's just like, if you don't make the NFL and if you don't make the CFL right off rip, it's just garbage football. I think, you know, it's unorganized. You just run into some people that are just like out. It's just very greedy, and I just didn't get good vibes from it.
Okay.
So, and when I got done when I was going to college, I would always tell them, because I had an offer from Life, like when I was like 16 or 17.
Wow.
They were like, we can get you a scholarship to go there and like, you know, you'll be fine. And I was like, yeah, but I mean, football scholarships are a little bit better. And rugby at that time, and they're like 2008, like, you know, it wasn't, you know, Life wasn't Life. Life was Life, don't get me wrong, but Life wasn't like at the pinnacle it is now. So, and rugby wasn't like, you know, there wasn't a stage that you can go play in the MLR and this and that. So it was kind of like, it was a weird time, and just felt like football route was going to be better. But, shoot, where's it going? So I always told myself I would go back to rugby if football didn't work out. Like I was like, I'm going to go back and try and go pro in rugby, because I loved rugby when I was younger. I mean, the whole aspect of running the ball and all that stuff. Yeah. And that's kind of what I did. I went home and played club rugby, and then knew the MLR was coming, and I knew I wanted to get a shot at possibly trying to do that. So I tried even going with the USA South Panthers for like a little camp thingy in like Birmingham. That was cool. I met some cool people out there. And then one of my friends, Steven, was like, hey, do you want to go to Ireland with me and see if we, like, you know, get better at rugby and learn the system more and stuff like that? I was like, yeah, sure, let's go. Because I mean, in America, it's a lot of like, you know, run it straight. Like, you're not run straight, but like, give me the ball and I'll try and score. Right. And it's like no really organization, where in Ireland, everything, you know, you get the systems, that side of things. The defense is a lot better. I mean, I was still one of the better athletes on the field, but at the same time, you're playing against guys that have been playing rugby their entire lives. Mm-hmm. And where towns and clubs, they care about rugby, and it's life, and it's what they breathe. Yeah. Like, you know, on the Saturdays, what are they doing? They're going to the pitch, getting a Guinness and watching some club rugby all day, you know? Mm-hmm. So that's what I did. And I was sending film back to the US through my agent, Gavin Clevey, at the time. And I'm pretty sure he just bumped into Kimball, our owner, and kind of just gave him the film, was like, check this guy out. And they liked me, and got a Zoom call, or I think it was like some type of call, one of these video calls, Skype or something. And they were like, oh, we want to bring you out. We want to offer you a contract. I was like, sign me up. Yeah. I want to come back to the US.
Right. Now, did your agent put together like a highlight reel video of you, or did they just kind of take him at his word?
I was doing literally everything off my phone. We'd had Huddle. I mean, that in Ireland, I would do our film, and I would literally go on Huddle, clip everything out, make a little highlight of that game, and then put it on YouTube, and then send it to the link to him, and then he would just, you know, do it that way. Okay. So I have like a couple, I think like there's like 2 or 3 highlights or something like that on YouTube that I made. And literally, it's so funny. I was watching one yesterday. Me and a couple of the guys were just having some like drinks at their apartment. Mm-hmm. And on one of the highlights, you see like a Snapchat thing come down, like through it, and then like it's like pushed back up. Yeah. And it was like, I was telling them before, I was like, I made all these off my phone, so you can see like when I'm pressing play, like I didn't have the best editing skills yet. Right. But it's just pretty funny to see like how far, like, you know, the things you had to do when you don't have a computer out there. All you got is just your iPhone. Right.
That's pretty crazy, man. So it looks like, I mean, it's been working out for you, liking the culture and the environment down in Utah.
Yeah, honestly, I mean, being from South Florida, very, you know, go out, very now, come here, this, that, the third, like it's very fast paced. Mm-hmm. And being in Utah, like, I mean, I can imagine, you know, playing rugby in that environment. I would have to be like, I'm kind of glad I got streaming for me, and gaming and stuff, because that kind of keeps me like leveled. I do like to go out. I do like to be social. I do like to, you know, do a lot of things at one time. And just, you know, Utah is kind of that place where you kind of like can like duck off. It's almost like that, like, you know, Kanye West, like, I mean, bring up Kanye West in a time like this right now. Yeah. But Kanye West going out to Wyoming and like type of thing, like hiding out in a way, you know what I'm saying? Yeah. I kind of feel like in Utah, like it's a good place to like, you know, be level, focus on yourself, do whatever you want to do. Like I said, I mean, my schedule out here is so like by the books. It's like I mean, in the off season, it was like wake up, work out, come home, cook, go to work, come home, stream. And that's what I did basically every day. I mean, a couple times on the weekend, go out, have some drinks, like let my hair down a little bit. But it's just a good place for me personally to just like really focus on the things I want to do that I really like, that I really want to do. Do you know what I'm saying?
Yeah. Now, has your family been able to come out from Florida and watch you play?
Yeah, my mom's come out a couple times. So I have family. I was originally born in New York in the Bronx. And my mom moved me to Florida. My mom and my dad were divorced when I was before, I think like as I was born or something like that. But they, so my dad and my stepmom and my sister live in New York. And then basically the rest of my family lived in New York. And then my mom moved to Florida when I was like 12. Okay. Because she was like, what do you want to be when you get older? And I was like, I want to be a professional athlete. And she was like, okay, well, New York is the worst spot probably to do that in. Yeah. Just because it's, you know, you get to play 2 seasons. There's maybe a spring, maybe a summer league going on. And then the fall and, you know, fall and winter, it's cold. Right. You can't do anything. You're not going outside. It's rainy. It's crappy. And just New York wasn't, you know, it wasn't the best environment to probably grow up in all honesty. It was kind of the Bronx, you know, like in the city. There's like projects down the block and stuff like that. Yeah. So it's like, it's not like, I mean, it's not the best. It's not the worst, but it's just not like a, you know, mom was like, I don't want you to grow up on the corner being one of those Italian kids, like taking numbers for being a bookie or something. Yeah. It's crazy. Like we live right next to, like, I'm pretty sure one of my best friends, her dad was like part of like this like crime family and like, it's like stuff like that. Like they would see me when I was younger, like getting bigger and something, like, oh, this guy we definitely should recruit or something. Right. But so we moved to Florida and stuff like that. And it just was, you know, it's sunny. You play 4 seasons of baseball out there. And then they eventually just, you know, made the transition to rugby and football. But no, it's good. Yeah. Now, kind of talking about like how we kind of got in contact with Stadium Gear and Apparel. How did they originally, wait, for everyone who doesn't know, so that's kind of the company he's in partnership with for his merchandise and kind of helping to grow his social media accounts. Tucci Gang right there. You can buy this shirt online. I'll leave the link down below. But how did they originally get in contact with you? So, dang, I'm having like a brain fart right now. Carson. So Carson used to work for us for our like clothing and stuff like during games and stuff, and me and him became like good friends throughout it. So he would see, you know, all the streaming stuff I was doing, I guess, and then just hit me up and was like, hey, do you have like a logo and stuff like that? I want to put you, I feel like we could put your stuff on t-shirts, and I work for Stadium Apparel, and I kind of was like looking for merch at the time. And it just so happened he just messaged me randomly about it, and I was like, yeah, let's do it. And, you know, I want to get like, honestly, I mean, I eventually want to branch into my own. I want to get like a 3D printer and stuff like that and start making merch hand on. Yeah. But I mean, Stadium Apparel right now is doing great. Like, I mean, I love it. Like I have right now, all I have for my stuff is this tank top and then the sweater, and it's all pretty good. Like I didn't know what it was going to be like when I first got it, but I mean, it's pretty good material. Okay. I really do enjoy it. Yeah. I want to get I got to get one of my hats. Like that would be cool. Embroidered hat. Heck yeah. He kind of contacted me, just asked him if I would be interested in like, writing. Cause he saw, I did another podcast episode with, Connor Wallace Sims. Yep. And, he asked me if I'd be interested in writing, and I never finished the minor, but I was like a creative writing minor in college, and I was like, heck yeah, you know. And then I saw that you were affiliated with him too, so just tried to make it happen. No, for sure, yeah. No, Carson's a good guy. I mean, he kind of came out of nowhere. Like, I mean, like I said, I just knew him from like he would be at our games, like with all the Warriors merchandise, and then, just hit me up randomly about it, and I was like, yeah, I'm down. Yeah. And it's worked out. It's pretty cool. I mean, a couple of my friends brought some of my gear and whatnot, and just I like appreciate it. It's pretty cool. Yeah. Now, speaking of kind of like social media and branching out and stuff, you're probably one of the biggest personalities in kind of Major League Rugby right now. I saw your mic'd up video with the Utah Warriors. How did that come about? Honestly, our media guy, Billy, just kind of came into the thing one day, and he was like, here, let's try this thing like where we just mic you up and just go into the workouts and stuff and just do whatever you want. Yeah. And I just was like, all right, I'll run with it. I mean, honestly, if there was like ever back, like behind the scenes thing when it comes to workouts or running or just anything we're doing, rugby related, anything I'm doing rugby related, you can't shut me up. I'm just talking the whole time. I'm just talking and talking. And I don't know, I'm excited. I'm just happy like where I'm at. And it's just like, these are all my people. So I'm just going to just talk. But I just, I like being like, sarcastic, funny, and just kind of like get things lively instead of just everything be just so like robotic and stuff like that. I can't do that. Like I'll go crazy. Yeah.
I was watching. Go ahead. Sorry.
No, go on. Sorry.
Yeah. I was watching that mic'd up video earlier, and then I played a wing. I played wing, and then my fiance played fullback. So when the back came in the room, he's get him out of here. She was doing something else in the other room, and then she started laughing. And I was like, she said, "That's the guy you're interviewing later," and I was like, "Yeah." So yeah, keep that up, man. Speaking of all that kind of stuff, the Twitch streaming. Let's talk a little bit about that. I know you said you prefer Call of Duty.
Yeah, so I mean, I used to play Fortnite a bunch. Like, I mean, when I first started streaming, that was my game. Like on my Xbox, like I would just, I'd play Fortnite all friggin' day, would never get off of it. And then, they make changes to the game and this and that, and I kind of just started like I was good. Like I was pretty good at Fortnite. I wasn't anything nuts. Like just kids out there that are friggin' insane. Just they say cracked. So they're cracked now. Yeah, they say they're cracked.
Okay.
I mean, in all games, like, this dude's cracked, like meaning they're just like cracked out of their mind at the game. But and then eventually, like, so I would play controller, like an Xbox controller, and then I kind of like started being like, Fortnite's kind of dead. They put some like a lot of bots in your lobby and stuff like that, and I just was like, this is like not fun. And then that's when Call of Duty's Warzone kind of came out. And I played Call of Duty all through college and high school and stuff like that. In high school, honestly, I was more of like it's not called role playing game, but it's just like a storyline game. Like I played a lot, like my games I used to play were like Metal Gear Solid. Oh, okay. Resident Evil, Silent Hill, those type of games. Yeah. Where it's like a storyline and you kind of go through it. It takes forever to beat and you finally beat it and they're like, oh, well, that's only on the easy mode. How to do it on the medium hard and super scary hard. Yeah. But then, Call of Duty came out and I was like playing Call of Duty on controller. And I just couldn't get the feel of the game. And I started watching a lot of streamers and mouse and keyboard player streamers. And I was like watching their aim, watching their movement and compared to controller players. And I was like, I got to get on mouse and keyboard. So I just literally one day just put the controller on, got my keyboard out, or like, I had my keyboard out because I play on PC and I was just like, let me just see how I do with this. And after about 2 weeks, I started getting the feel for it. And shoot, I haven't looked back. I love playing mouse and keyboard. Man, that's crazy. I've never, and to be fair, it took you like 2 weeks to get used to it. I've, hopped on a couple of times. Yeah. It's so different. You know what I mean? It's very different, especially now if I get a controller in my hand, I'm just like, what is this? Right. Yeah, I just my keyboard. Yeah, I just got Warzone for Christmas. So I've been enjoying it. My best I've done in singles, I got 19th. Oh, so nice. I was camping the whole time, but dude, it takes time, that game. Yeah. And especially now, dude, it's ridiculous, honestly. Have you won a couple? Oh yeah, I have a couple. I think I have like 24 wins. It's a hard game. It's a hard game to win. I mostly just play to try and get as many kills as possible. Okay. I think my top kills is like 19 or something. Wow. But I've had friends that go off for like 30. Like I had one of my friends I played football with. He was like, oh, you see the new gun that came out? I was like, yeah. He's like, yeah, I dropped 45 with it. I was like, 45? Wow. That's a lot. Yeah. But I mean, it's like in Fortnite, I would be able to play and get like at least like 10 wins a day, like really stack them up. Like I think one time me and my friend, we tried to do like duos versus squads and tried to get 20 wins in a row. We got up to like 11 or something. Okay. And then we ended up losing. But in Call of Duty, it's like when you win, you're like, oh my God. Like it's like such like a rush. You're like, oh, whoa. You're like, this is crazy. Yeah. So I mean, that's what I think. That's why I like playing it so much. That's why I can just play it all stream and whatnot. Okay. But it's a lot of fun. Do you usually play singles or what do you use? What's your I usually play like singles are fun. I usually play like duos, quads, trios, just whatever. Like whoever's online. That's like I have like a solid, like a set squad that I play with majority of the time. They're like one's my friend Russell. Another one is this guy Victor I met on like Call of Duty, who like we became good friends of it. And another friend Alex. I have these other two brothers that I'll play with, Marco and Brian, that I met through like Fortnite, that now transitioned over. There's so many. It's so funny how gaming works. You meet these random people online, and next thing you know, they just are like hitting you up, like, "Hey, bro, you want to play?" And I'm like, yeah, I have no one on. I'm down, and then they're like talking to you like you've known each other for like ever. It's pretty funny.
Sure. Now with the streaming, I mean, are you just kind of content to just kind of do it for fun as a kind of side thing, or are you trying to really kind of grow it?
I mean, I would love for it to it's grown kind of on its own, like naturally. Like I've had I want to, it'd be awesome if the streaming thing blew up, and it would be cool to do that type of full-time type of deal. And whatnot. I mean, I'd love it, but I mean, at the end of the day, I just kind of do it for fun.
Okay.
I like making the clips and putting them up on my gaming Instagram and and stuff like that. And, it's just a little side project to kind of like build off of. Not a lot of people do it. Not a lot of people can do it. I have people all the time, like friends and like guys and girls, like be like, "Oh, I want to get into Twitch. I want to do this on Twitch." And I'm like, "Do it." They're like, "What do you want? What I need?" I'm like, "Buy a PC." They're like, "How much are PCs?" I'm like, a PC you would need would be like $1,000 at the minimum, I'd say. And they're like, whoa, I hear this. I'm like, listen, if you're just not going to take my advice on it, then
why'd you ask?
Why are we even talking about it? Because it's like, you say you want to do something, and then I'm like, listen, it's not going to be like, you're not going to be like having all these like people come up to your stream right away. It's going to take a minute. It's going to be times with, like right now I still stream sometimes with one viewer.
Okay.
Sometimes I stream with like 10 viewers. Sometimes you have a chat full of people talking. Sometimes it's dead. It's just you. Yeah. But at the end of the day, like, I mean, I just really do enjoy it. Like, I mean, some of the coolest things is like, I had this one guy, his name is on the chat is 93 spelled out.
Okay.
And he came in my channel one time, and I think he killed me. And he was like, "Get wrecked. You should just delete your channel. You're trash." And we went back and forth. And then a couple days later, like a week later, he came in the chat. He's like, "Hey, Tucci, how's it going?" I'm like, "What's up, 93? I'm pretty sure we we're talking crap to each other before, but what's going on, man?" And then eventually just, keep coming in and like saying what's up. And then eventually, like one day he was like, "Hey, man, just wanted to let you know, like, I really do appreciate watching your streams, because you're like just very, you don't take it too serious. There's a lot of Twitch television guys that take it super serious and make it their life, and they're trash at the game, but you're actually pretty good at the game, and you just kind of like are out there just having fun with it. So it's a fresh thing to like see. I really do enjoy watching your stream." And I was like, damn, like that's somebody that came in my chat like talking crap and kind of like converted him over to liking me. So it's kind of like one of those things, like, I mean, it's a slow race. It's like, it's the marathon. You got to just take it day by day. I mean, big streamers didn't blow up just overnight. So I just do it and I have fun with it, whether you think it's nerdy or stupid. Like, I mean, I know a lot of people think like people just doing things like online. They're like, "Oh, you're trying to be something you're not." It's like, nah, this is just what I enjoy doing. Yeah. I mean, I'm sure like even with starting your own podcast, like you want support from some people that like are close to you and they just don't give it to you for whatever reason. They're like, "No, bro, I support you." It's like, have you watched a podcast? Right. Have you listened to one? Same thing with my friend. Like, have you, all you got to do is pop in my stream. Just leave it on. We're playing together. Just leave it on in the background. Give me that extra viewer, bro.
Well, it's crazy because you'll get especially like for the podcast thing, I'll post a video. And let's say I get, 85 likes on Facebook when I post it, but I go into the YouTube channel and it's got 25 views.
Yeah. It's so. I mean, I appreciate you liking the post, but like, just take 5 minutes. The thing is that gets me, and I mean, I don't let it piss me off or anything, but I'm like, people will support people that they don't know, like everyone that follows me, or like I majority of people that I follow and stuff like that. And I'm like, listen, you guys are all going to be out here support. Like people with my merch, they'll be like, I'll be like, "Hey, I got merch now, like go buy a sweater, And they're like, "How much is a sweater?" I'm like, "It's like $45, $50. They're like, "Oh, that's a lot. Could I get a discount?" I'm like, no,
Right.
you can't get a discount. Just buy it. They're like, oh, but that, like, and I'm like, what do you mean? Like you'll go buy a Nike sweater for $50, for $70, $80. And you never met the Nike guy ever in your life. Yeah. He's not going to care if you die, if you live. Same thing with like all the stuff that you buy, like whether it be, Kim Kardashian or like all these like name brands that like, they don't care about anybody. But like your homie got like a brand or something like that, got some, trying to, even if it's like, you're just giving your homie some money, basically. Yeah. So that's the way I see it. I'm like, I try and support all my friends and anyone that I come in contact that's trying to do something for themselves, whether it be a shout out, buying their merch or something like that. But I just feel like it's a weird thing. Like people won't, like they say they support you. They're like, oh, I see you doing your thing, but I just see you.
You're right. That's it. That stops there.
I'm not really gonna do anything. I'm not going to buy your shit. Right. I'm not going to buy your stuff. Yeah. I'm going to go buy this guy's stuff. But it's like, you ever watched A Bronx Tale? That movie? Not. Oh, it's a great movie. It's got Robert De Niro in it. Okay. Give it a watch. Yeah, I think it's on Netflix. It might be, or it's on Hulu. One of those.
Okay, I got both.
But anyway, he says, there's like one of these guys, he says to the kid, the kid's like, oh, I love Mickey Mantle. He's like, what's Mickey? He's like, why do you love Mickey Mantle so much? And he's like, oh no, I just think he's like, the greatest. Like, I love him. He's like, what's he ever done for you? He's like, it's just like what, like, there's like, when you watch it, you'll get the scene. Okay. And he's like, Mickey Mantle don't care if you, like, he don't care about you. Yeah. He's just out there playing and doing his job, So that's how I feel like when people try and say they support you and it's just like they don't, like, like you're like I said, I was saying before, they'll go spend money on this and that, but they won't even help out like their homies, whether it be, watching a video. Yeah.
Well, I'll tell you what, man, I'll get it's like I said, you took the time out of your day to come in and be on my podcast. So I'll grab one of the shirts off of the website.
Appreciate it. That wasn't a plug to make you.
No worries. It would be, I like supporting people, especially, like the rugby community. Yeah. Like I don't know if you can see, I've got this shirt. I went out to Montana last year and I live in Minnesota, but went out to Montana just for visit some friends, kind of quarantine out there. And I linked up with some of the Missoula players. And so then like we just kicked it. I came to my fiance and I came to their touch practice, super chill, super inviting. And I was like, I got to get some merch from there. Yeah. Like a little souvenir. So
definitely. I was going to say, that's another thing I'd like to do with my Twitch channel. I try and just promote, like, I use it also to try and promote rugby as much as possible because I think it's like you said, like it's just one of the best like games in the like as far as like when you play, like me and my friend will always talk, like roommate Lance Williams, our flanker for us. We'll always talk like and be like, yo, in football, like when you got done with a college football game, it's like you get in the locker room, shower, to the plane, you're out of there. You're out of whatever state you were at. Whereas in rugby, like, you're staying there, you're having beers after the game with the guys, talking to whoever, you got to talk to, squashing the beef you might have had during the game or something like that. And that's what I like to do with my Twitch channel, my social media the most is just promote the game of rugby. It's a great, outlet. I feel like it's an even better outlet. It's just the camaraderie of the sport. Are you in that like qualified chuggers? Yeah. Even like that, like I think it's a funny group. Like I don't be posting, I don't be reading. Like some of the posts, I'm just like, kind of cringy to me a little bit.
Oh, for sure.
Kind of cringy for me a little bit, but at the same time, just that like little community aspect of it, like it's just funny. It's just like gives people outlets and gives them like things that they gotta like. That's stuff you get with rugby that you won't get with a lot of other sports. It's a very opening, accept everybody type of sport.
And there's honestly, man, there's not a whole lot of other sports where like, like let's say me, I'm a $175, right? And if you're 255, there's not a whole lot of sports where people our size, our different sizes can share 80 minutes. Yeah. You know what I mean?
So for sure. And a cool thing is that the women's game and the men's game are the same exact game. Right. The same game. Like that's like, I always think about that. I'm like and like you can watch a women's rugby game and it's not like you're watching like, the NBA, WNBA has some great athletes. the NBA has some great athletes, but it's like the different level of competition is kind of like
Right.
huge difference. Whereas women's rugby, I can watch women's rugby, but holy crap, like you're just like watching some crazy hits, some nice passing, good skills. Like I mean, it'd be nice to see women's rugby at a youth level become something a lot of like high schools pick up, because I think I honestly think for girls, like young girls, that'd be an awesome sport to play.
For sure.
It's like, you know, they're not going to go out there to get a full field of like a full team of women's football with pads and all that crap and stuff like that. It's like rugby, it's shorts, t-shirt, cleats, ball, boom, some
not
tape.
A whole lot of
And I think honestly, that would be something maybe in the future I might look into, to try and like bring women's rugby like to high schools and youth level, because we do a lot for the youth, and I feel like it's more catered towards boys.
Right.
But I mean, dude, women's rugby is like, I love watching women's rugby, and it's just like, it's pretty cool, man. It's just cool. It's the same sport, and they're out there hitting, and I'm just like God damn.
Yeah.
They don't care. Like it's just like watching men's rugby, honestly.
A couple, maybe 2 years ago, I went to just a rugby tournament here in Minnesota. Minnesota, good old Minneapolis.
Hey there, bud.
And I went with kind of my college buddies, and I graduated in 2018, but I just kind of, I shouldn't say on, but I'm gonna say it. Kids podcast. But I was kind of, just kind of filling in, and my fiance was still in school at the time, and then I told them to let's go over and watch their game. And they're at the time she was my girlfriend. They go, "That's your girlfriend?" I'm like, "Yeah, she's way better than you, dude." And it's just like exactly what you're saying, man. It's like the skill level. There's not a drop off. You know what I mean?
Yeah, it's like, I mean, you're gonna get it's the same game. Ball ain't smaller. It's just, you get what you get. The rucks, just scrumming, the lineouts, they're kicking, chase. Like it's the same game. And even like I was saying, like I watch the pro level sides too play, and you're just like, whoa, country play. You're like, this chick is fast. Like nobody's catching her. Actually, shoot, I forgot who came and worked out at my gym. Because I got her like a week pass or something like that, and she plays for the USA. Shoot, I totally feel bad, but I forgot her name. But she came through and she was working out, and I was watching her working out. I was like, she's going in.
Right.
She's going freaking in. Power cleaning, all this stuff like at Vasa. Like it's like, I mean, Vasa is like a pretty good, you get bodybuilders, you get athletes, you get the normal gym goers going there, you get the moms, you get the teenage college kids, you get everything.
Yeah.
But she was in there, she was working. I was like, damn.
There you go.
She was running on the treadmill. I was like, damn.
She was
go, like striding it out like 12 miles an hour, just like no breaks. I was like, all right.
Right.
Yeah, and like it's pretty cool to see like that. Like she's a USA professional rugby player. It's pretty cool to see from that aspect of it. I wish I remembered her name.
I tell you what, if you remember it before I post this, it'll probably be a couple days before I post this, I'll just kind of drop it in the video.
Awesome.
So you don't even have to feel bad.
Okay, cool.
All right. Cool. Couple more things here, man, before we wrap it up. With the season coming up, do you have any personal goals?
Shoot, personal goals for myself, play. I mean, I just want our team to do good. I feel like we can really take it all the way. This year, we have a lot of good guys coming in. We have a good core. We have a good core group of guys, and then we have a lot of great guys coming in. I think our coaching staff is one of the best between Sean Pittman, Sean Davies, and Chris Latham. And even our management, Mark Drown, Brandon Sparks. You got, I think Jen might be our trainer this year. I don't know if she is. She's with us right now, but she does a great job. I really appreciate everything she does, because I'm always there, like getting my knee taped and whatnot. But I mean, just from the rugby side of things with Sean Pittman and Sean Davies. I mean, Sean Pittman is the USA forwards coach.
Okay.
And that's like my position coach.
Yeah.
You got Sean Davies, who used to play for the USA, and Glendale. And I mean, I played against him a bunch of times. That guy's an animal on the field, just like a field general, knows what's going on, knows how to do it. And now he's a coach, and I just feel so much confidence whenever he, like, speaking to him, just because he really backs his players. You know, he'll tell you when you're messing up, he'll tell you when the times, and I just feel like he backs his players so much. Sean Davies, same with Pittman too. And then you got Chris Latham. I mean, dude, Australian legend. 15, like, you watch some of his highlights and you just get like, you're like, this is my coach. Like,
Yeah.
freaking awesome to say. And then, you know, I mean, just from watching last year when I was just pretty much sidelined with recovery from my ACL, I got to see him, like, you know, angry. I got to see him, like, you know, really pushing guys. Like, he'll the thing is that the best thing that makes a good coach is that he treats you like a man, tells you when you mess up, without putting you down so much. I mean, they get a little bit of, like, you know, putting down is cool and all, but like, I've dealt with coaches where they put you down and they just put you down. They put you down. They never give you any type of praise.
Yeah.
Or, you know, they treat you like you're beneath them. When I feel like we're all on the same level here, you know, like, I'm a grown man. You're a grown man. Like, talk to me like a grown man, and you'll get the best out of me. And believe in me. Like, I'm on your team. I'm your player. Like, treat me like how I do everything for you.
Right.
You know. So, and I feel like Chris Latham does that. You know, he and then when the time to play rugby, yo, you better be on your game.
Yeah.
But out of rugby, like, he's gonna talk to you like with, like, you know, like a friend.
Right.
So it's I think it'll be nice. And I mean, personal goals, like, rugby's not I feel like a personal sport. There's really no, you know, other than scoring the most tries in a season,
Yeah.
kicking for the most points. It's like, I'm not gonna do any of those at the front row.
Right.
Personal goal. Okay. Scrum good.
Yeah.
Scrum well. Win the ball in my scrums all the time. And I mean, don't get popped up out of the scrum. Don't get penalties, stuff like that. I mean, for me, those are like just little, I wouldn't even say goals, but just things I gotta do.
Yeah.
So that my team could succeed.
Just do your job.
Yeah, do my job. That's what the best part about rugby is, doing your job. Like, be in the right place, run the system, and then back yourself. I mean, would I say this is a goal? Back myself when it's my time. Like, when I've got to back myself. Like, when I have my opportunities to make the play, back myself and go with it and have no hesitation.
Yeah.
Goal. I guess, yeah. Another goal. Don't hesitate. Do it. I've been doing my entire life. And I think it'll all pay off in the end. And I just want to win a championship with Utah. I mean, Utah's been, the organization, the state has been super good to me.
Yeah.
And it'd be awesome to, like, raise a trophy. And I just think, you know, for the league, I feel like Utah gets a bad, like, not, they don't get a bad rep, but we kind of have this, like, thing about, teams have this thing about us that, you know, I don't know what the stigma of Utah rugby is, but they kind of just be like, oh, these guys are lazy, or they're this, or they're that, or like, they're just good. They're just known for hitting, like, big hits and a couple big runs. If we outlast that, then we can. But it's like, no, we're here. We're gonna play good rugby. Right. We're gonna play hard. We're gonna play. You know, we're gonna give you everything. Yeah. And I think that's the way that we're shaping this culture after last year. You know, we kind of like I watched that Seattle game last night with a couple of teammates. And that comeback, we had a comeback against them right before COVID hit and canceled the season. And shoot, that's what we want to play. That's the team that we want to be. A team that grinds, a team that, you know, fights and does all the right things to get that win. So,
all right,
looking forward to this season. I just want to play. I just
want to
hit somebody. I want to run the ball. I want to get hit by somebody. Honestly, I mean, even that sounds fun.
All right, man. Well, I tell you what, good luck. I'm going to be watching the season. I think you guys got a real shot this year, especially after, you know, when I was watching film breakdowns and stuff like that. Definitely some team to watch out for. So good luck with that. Good luck with your Twitch streaming. Like I said, I'm going to leave the links to all your stuff here where you can get the merch, where you can watch it on Twitch. If you ever want to run some duos on Warzone, let me know. I'll grab your gamer tag.
I'm down. I got you.
All right, brother.
I'll send it to you on IG. Yeah, Archie, I appreciate you having me on the podcast. I love doing stuff like this. Any other things in the future you need me to do, just give me a holler, bro. I'm down.
All right, sounds good, man. You have a good rest of your day. All right.
You too.
Yep. Bye.
Bye.
All right, guys, that was my interview with Alex Tucci from the Utah Warriors, a.k.a. Slim Tucci. I'm going to be leaving the links to his merchandise, to his Twitch stream, to his Instagram profiles. Give all those a follow. He's a really fun guy. His Warzone streams are pretty fun. And honestly, just exciting guy to watch. Look up some of his highlights on YouTube. Big, fast, powerful prop. and I think Utah's going to have a good season. So thanks so much for watching. Get ready for the next episode. See you then.